Another great event here in Ashland is the Festival of Lights. This is hosted by the Ashland Indian Organization. They've been doing some wonderful events at the Corner Spot, and this was another one that just was so much fun to attend. There is different contests and music and lots of fun and dancing. Let's go take a look and a listen to the Festival of Lights.
Hi, we are from Rajarani, from South Shore Quincy area, and got an opportunity to be part of this wonderful event, and looking forward to all these wonderful programs that they have, and come see our delicacy as well.
Thank you. Neela gagana gana vichalana dharanija Sri Ramana Madhura vadana nalina nayana manavi vinararama. Nazar jo teri lagi man diwani ho gayi. Diwani ho diwani diwani ho gayi. मशहूर मेरे इश्क की कहानी हो गई. जो जल्दी न मानी तो मैंने बिठाई कहा थी मैं देखो कहाँ चली आई. कहते हैं ये दीवानी मस्तानी हो गई. इश्क की कहानी हो गई. जो जल्दी न मानी तो मैंने बिठाई कहा थी मैं देखो कहाँ चली आई.
भूलो बदीवार प्रेमनिया मौसम छे अब आओ मेरे पास रह जाओ मेरे साथ प्रेमनिया मौसम छे गई रात भूलो बदीवार प्रेमनिया मौसम छे अब आओ मेरे पास रह जाओ मेरे साथ प्रेमनिया मौसम छे मिल जाए मुझको अगर साथ तेरा तो दूर मैं सारा छोगा तारा चबीला तारा रंगीला तारा
As I'm thinking about today, I'm thinking about the fact that when we think about traditions, we think about things going back decades, things that have been around for a long, long time. And I think it's important for a community as it evolves to start new traditions and new events and celebrating the cultures of the people who are here now. And that's why I think it's so important to celebrate Diwali and celebrate our South Asian community for everything that they bring to this town, which is a lot. So again, thank you very much, and I'm going to give this over to Brandy.
So thank you. We're so happy to be a partner in this and to be a part of this today. What a gorgeous day to be here. I just also want to echo Michael's comments and just say how fortunate we are to have such a diverse community and that we can all celebrate together. So thank you all for pulling all this together today, and we're excited to be here. So thank you.
मुत्तू दे दे क्या पे एक पत्ते वररे वीणा वारिणी वरदे प्रिय स्वतंत्र रव अमृत मंत्र नव प्रिय स्वतंत्र रव अमृत मंत्र नव
बेटा जोड़ के नाचो हीरो से भी तेज कोई कर सके जो वेद नाचो अस्तबल में घोड़े जैसे भाग डोर छोड़ नाचो बिट्टी जाता रोटी मोटा मिर्चा खा के ऐसे नाचो हाँ जा छोरे हाँ जा गोरे हाँ जा छोरे नाचो 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 यार नाचो 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 कच्ची कैरी जैसा करना नाचो 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 बिच्छू काटा लागे ऐसा नाचो नागे रोकी नाच शोर सुन लो है धमाका जैसे शेर हाथी नाचे देखो दिल का ये मेला यार अपने साथ नाचो एड़ियों के जोरों पे तुम धड़ाका देसी नाचो पसीना माथे का चमके दमके ऐसे नाचो हाँ जा छोरे हाँ जा गोरे हाँ जा छोरे नाचो 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 यार नाचो हमको प्यार से इंडिया वाले छूने के दिल के तार से इंडिया वाले हर चीज छीन ले हार से इंडिया वाले दुश्मन के छक्के छुड़ा दे हम इंडिया वाले दुश्मन के छक्के छुड़ा दे हम इंडिया वाले
awesome. You know, I danced with my younger brother. We had a blast. I feel like, I'm going to be last a little bit, I feel like we had the best dance performance out here. I don't know, I'll post it on my Instagram. I'll send you the link. I don't know how I'll send you the link, but it's Nihal Sawan _2004. You'll find me on Instagram. I'll put I do all my dances over there, so you'll also see my dance that I did here today. But generally, overall, it was a blast. There was Rangoli here everywhere. Everyone had a fun time. It was a blast. And yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. So,
program was an A+ in my book. This was fun. Learned how to dance.
One thing I liked about this event is, of all the events that I've done so far in a year and a half, 2 years, this is the best. It was beautiful.
Congratulations to the Ashland Indian Club for their wonderful event. Hopefully you had the opportunity to share and enjoy.
Welcome to the Hometown Parade!
There you go. Hometown Parade.
The parade is done. You came and talked to us before. You got all the spirit going. How are you feeling right now that it's done?
I couldn't ask for anything better of our community. They came out, and as you know, there's been high rate of support from tiny to great, and that's how you get. I guess that's how you get a parade, and that's what we wanted.
When did you first have the idea for a parade?
It was actually, I think you can blame Gina Blinderman a little bit.
Okay, thank you, Gina.
Talking about it, and then particularly under COVID and canceling Ashland Day, that we wanted something to not lose the community spirit about that, and I think this shows it, right? People show up, spectators, they're part of the parade.
I have to say, I remember when we've been chatting on and off through this whole thing, and you're like, oh, I only have 15 groups. I'm like, Kate, give it time.
Yep.
We wound up with what, 40
About
different
40,
groups?
yeah.
So I know it's a committee, but as with anything, someone has to have glimmer of a vision. So I'm thanking you for the glimmer of the vision, for bringing it to those of us who could help, to getting the committee together, and congratulations. I think, as you said, it was a great day. It was a fun event. I think so many people came out. And
Yeah.
I think you got what you were looking for.
I got what I was looking for. I'm proud of my community for sure.
Good. Kate, thank you, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Hello and welcome to Around the Clock. It's time for our select board update for the meeting that happened on Wednesday, October 12th. It was a bit of a long night with a lot of discussion. We started at 7 o'clock, jumped into some citizen participation with a reminder of the Festival of Light that's happening on October 16th at the Corner Spot. We jumped into our first presentation, which was an update from the DEI, Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Task Force that we have asked our town manager to put together. He is working with about 6 residents and some consultants to get this moving forward. He presented to us where they're at with the work on the task force. And for any of these items, if you'd like to see the full discussion, you can go and check out the full select board meeting through WACA-TV or on cable. After we discussed and had an update on the presentation for the DE&I task force, we jumped into our consent agenda and approved that, and then pulled out some minutes that needed to be updated and revised and approved those as well. We also jumped around a little bit and we went to a request from the Lions Club. So 2 members of the Lions Club came forward, Julian Doctor and Izzy Asankoa came. They wanted to put a Gaga pit, which is a type of ball game that you do sort of like dodgeball. They are looking for a request, an approval, and some funds to put it down next to Stone Park. If you have any input on that, make sure you reach out to us at the select board via our email or through this town manager's office to let us know your thoughts on that. We're still looking for some input as to whether or not we're going to be doing and moving that project forward. We then had a very lengthy conversation with Paul Gustafson. Paul Gustafson is now the owner of 433 Chestnut Street, known as the Hall House. It is a house that was Henry Warren used. It was sold to Paul Gustafson to do a historic restoration, and there's been some bumps along the way. So we had a lengthy discussion about what he's going to be doing there and how he can sort of go back and fix some things and make it a little bit better. It will definitely look like the old house that was there. It just won't have all new, or it won't have all old materials. There'll be a lot of new materials. From there, we went into our old and new business. We voted to sign and post the state election warrant. State election is coming up on November 8th. It's a Tuesday. There's governor and various state reps and senators, and there's also 4 ballot questions. So make sure you go check out that warrant. If you have requested your mail-in ballot here in Ashland, those should be coming soon. We are processing about 4,000 mail-in ballot requests through the town of Ashland. We then discussed the renewal of the Verizon contract. Michael Herbert is working through that. No real details. He is working with a consultant for us on that. We then reviewed a draft letter to MBTA and Keolis. Back in the spring, a few members of the select board and an MBTA governing body and a policy committee went and looked at our train station, and we decided to submit a letter as the Ashland Select Board and also as the Metro West Regional Collaborative to ask that they put the Ashland train station on their 5-year capital plan and not wait for the next one because of the state of the station. So we approved that letter. We then discussed in detail the comprehensive plan / strategic plan process. This is a joint project that will be going on between the select board and the planning board. Comprehensive plan is something that a planning board usually does. A strategic plan is something that a select board or town government may do. We're trying to combine these two together and have a process that is very inclusive of many members of the community. So if you're interested in participating, be on the lookout. If you're on one of the many boards and committees that are already appointed, we would be looking for some members from that. Plus, we'll be looking for 6 members at large, 1 from each voting precinct here in Ashland. So think about the voting precinct that you're in and decide if you would like to represent that as part of the process. From there, we talked about the creation of the Public Safety Building Naming Subcommittee. Back in the spring, we had a detailed conversation about this naming subcommittee. It would be at least the police chief and the fire chief and a few residents. So if you're interested, we'll be appointing that at our next select board meeting on October 26th. And you would be appointed most likely for 6 months. That's the minimum. From there, we discussed the warrant for the special town meeting. Special town meeting is coming up on Tuesday, November 16th. Not too many items on the warrant. We reviewed them. There's probably about 5. And then after a discussion we had later in the meeting, there will probably be about 6. So be on the lookout for that. We will be closing the warrant at our meeting on October 26th. We then, there was a small discussion of panhandling on town roads. Apparently people have been starting to see it because of the changes in Framingham, and we have decided to just be aware of it, and if it gets worse, then we will possibly address it. From there, we then did our priority project update. Downtown, things are moving forward. Granite is in, sidewalks are in, the brick banding is almost in everywhere. It's starting to look very nice. The next big part of the project will be the undergrounding of the utilities and then removing of the utility poles. And that will still be a process. One great update we did get was that the undergrounding under the railroad tracks will be happening before Thanksgiving. And it'll be digging. We won't be jacking up the train tracks, so the tracks will not be moved. So there will be a traffic change, but not necessarily a train change. Again, if you use the train or you travel that way, be on the lookout for that. Route 126 is moving forward again. Sidewalks are in place. There's still some major intersections that need work. Those will be worked a little bit further, continuing through the fall, and then they'll take some time off in the winter, and then they'll get completed next year. Valentine Project, we have some things moving forward there based on the proposals that we received at a previous select board meeting. And Warren District, we're going to be checking with the state how we can get there was $750,000 put into some state funding through ARPA, so we need to figure out how to request that and get that and then see about getting the barn going. We discussed an RFI, which is a request for information for 137 and 151 Main Street. That is the current fire and police station. We want to see if there are people interested in doing a public-private partnership to renovate and reuse those buildings and or just use one and possibly take down the police station. There would be a historic restriction, and we're looking for all options, and that request for information will be going out within the next few weeks, with it being open probably till either sometime in December or January. We then discussed a multifamily building moratorium. This is something that the town manager brought forward and we as the select board support. How can we take a moment, take a pause to review the building and review the construction that's going on here in Ashland? There are about 4 or 5 projects currently before the planning board, all apartment complexes, over 100 units. So we want to take a pause, let those units, those buildings go through their process and potentially get built, and then see what else or how else we can work here in town. This will tie in nicely to the strategic comprehensive plan that's going to be worked on at the same time, as well as the sewer moratorium. So if you have thoughts on that, the planning board will have to do a hearing, and then it will go to the special town meeting on November 16th. We will update you again at our next showing as to what's going to go on with that. We then had board reports, and we were able to wrap up our meeting at about 10:35. And that was the update for the select board meeting that happened on Wednesday, October 12th. Hello and welcome back to Around the Clock. It is great to have you here. We have with us 2 students from Ashland High School. We have Isha Gorantla and Kyle Schiller. Welcome Isha and welcome Kyle to Around the Clock.
Thank you.
You are here to talk about a new event that the Student Council is putting on. It is called Pumpkin Fest. Who would like to start first and tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, sure, I can. We're really excited about Pumpkin Fest. We wanted to have an opportunity for the whole town and community to come together, especially since in the past couple of years we haven't had as many opportunities to do that. And we're really excited for people to come together for this and also to provide an opportunity for other clubs and organizations to have their booths and fundraise and stuff like that. Yeah.
So it's October 22nd from 2 to 7. Kyle, what can people expect when they show up to Pumpkin Fest?
So right now we have 50 plus booths. Wow. Yes, it's a lot. It's from mostly Ashland High School clubs, student-run clubs. We also have some organizations in Ashland that are doing booths as well, and some sports teams from our school. And they're going to be running different activities like face painting. We have henna. I think there's, what else?
There's like some arts and crafts.
Yeah,
and
a lot of art stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. And will this be inside or will this be outside?
It's going to be outside on the baseball fields, yeah.
On the baseball fields. Okay, wow. Is it family friendly?
Yes, definitely. It's going to be a lot of activities for people of all ages. We have stuff that's geared specifically towards younger children, but we also have some really nice food vendors that are going to come. We have some really cool food for people to try. We also have some larger activities that would be appealing to people of older ages. Like we have some really cool obstacle courses and stuff like that, which is really exciting.
Okay.
And we also have a petting zoo, very interestingly.
A petting zoo?
Yeah,
Yes.
so that's going to be fun.
We're going to have some goats and sheep and hopefully alpacas.
Hopefully
I'm not sure on the alpacas.
Have you reached? Because there's the alpaca farm that comes to the farmer's market.
Yeah.
So you're reaching out to them.
Yes.
Great. Now, I've also heard the Ashland Lions are going to be participating.
Yes.
And how are they participating?
So they're going to have their own booth, and they have some games. They're also going to be a food vendor with us. I believe they're selling hamburgers and hot dogs.
Yeah, they're
doing a
bringing their
barbecue.
food truck in.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Now, I heard, as you said, we haven't had a lot of things going on, that you're doing this because we didn't have an Ashland Day this year. You're a senior, Isha. How has not having an Ashland Day driven you or brought you to being involved in helping support the Pumpkin Fest?
Well, the last time I was able to, or anyone was able to attend an Ashland Day was my freshman year, so it's been a while. And I know a lot of, I have friends in a lot of other clubs and stuff like that. I'm also in other clubs. And it's definitely a hit to a lot of people's fundraising. I know for a lot of clubs, it was a pretty large source of their fundraising throughout the year. It was a pretty good big event to make money. So we knew that giving another bigger event opportunity for people to raise money on their own terms, selling whatever they want, advertising whatever they want, would be a nice thing to have. Yeah.
Okay. What are some of the so for student council? Are you doing fundraising as well, and what do you use those funds for?
We usually try to repurpose the funds back into the school. We recently replaced some of the banners in the parking lot that were worn down. We try to look into things that teachers or students or the administration thinks that need replacing or something would be nice to have. We like to use the money for making our school better and stuff like that.
That's great. Is there a cost to attend the Pumpkin Fest?
So there's a cost to buy tickets if you want to. So every booth will have a cost that they set based on their activity. And so you can buy tickets up front and you'll buy tickets there, and then you can pay for the booths to participate in whatever activity they're running. Otherwise, you can show up. The food vendors, obviously, you'll pay for the food there. And then the petting zoo, I believe, they have one of those quarter machines that dispenses the food for the
Anyone can
pets.
pet them though. But
Okay.
Yes, for the
Okay, so a
animals.
way to raise funds is rather than having to then give money to each of the booths,
Exactly.
you start by buying tickets.
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay. And so how much is a ticket?
50 cents. Yeah.
Okay, and then what might a 50-cent ticket or two 50-cent or dollars worth of tickets, what might I be able to do?
It's really set by each individual booth. We wanted
Okay.
to allow the organizations to be able to fundraise how they see fit for whatever they're giving. But most booths are charging between two to six tickets.
Okay.
Yeah, for whatever activity or thing that they're selling.
Okay, good.
And we also have our bouncy houses. I'm not sure if we mentioned them.
No, you didn't.
But we have
Bouncy
rented,
houses.
let's see,
7.
three normal ones, and then we have some obstacle courses.
A
Those
jousting
are,
arena.
yes,
Yeah.
jousting. So those will
Ooh.
also be ticket-based. Those are the proceeds that we're making. But otherwise, the
Fun.
clubs make the proceeds
Okay.
that they get from their tickets.
So are you encouraging certain admin to get in the jousting and
Oh yeah, we
Joust
would love
each other?
to see that. Of course.
let's see, who can we encourage?
I I know we have some, I'm pretty sure there's 1 or 2 clubs doing Pie a Teacher
Yes.
or Pie Clocker, so
Oh.
that's going to be interesting.
Okay.
I'm sure they're getting their volunteers, yeah.
Pie a clocker, pie a teacher. That could be fun. That could be fun. So Pumpkin Fest coming up October 22nd from 2 to 7 at the Ashland High School. Isha, you're a senior. Kyle, you're a junior. How is the first couple of months of school going? Back in person, back without COVID restrictions? How's that going for both of you?
Yeah, I think it's been really good. I'm glad we're back to full time without you know, being online. It's been pretty nice to have kind of more normal year. It's definitely been better.
I've definitely, I'm glad we're back to more of our traditional learning environment. It's been really nice, yeah.
We've definitely been busy because this is the first time we've ran this event with Stuco.
Yeah.
Right,
The first Pumpkin Fest. So yeah.
And it's supposed to be our largest event, yet, so we're really excited. Yeah.
But Student Council has done a lot of events, over, even during COVID. I mean, you still were having, I believe, isn't it your group who does the singing one?
Yes, Clocker Idol.
Clocker Idol.
Yeah.
Hasn't it been your group in the past, and I could be wrong, who does Mr. Clocker? Or is that a different?
I'm not sure.
Okay, that might be a different organization. Maybe they haven't had that one for a while. Okay.
Yeah, we've done a lot of larger community events, but this for sure we're planning on it being one of our biggest. Yeah.
And you're hoping to make this an annual event? You're
don't-
not sure yet.
We're not sure yet. Yeah.
You're a senior, so you're not committing to anything.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
You might.
Okay.
It'll be easier next year if we do it.
Right. And you've been working on this since the spring. I remember
Yes.
hearing discussion about it with Mr. Wixer and stuff. So.
Yeah, so we were very busy over the summer because we had to get sponsorships from. We went around to local businesses in Ashland, and talked to them for sponsorships. So that was what we did over the summer.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Well, we will hope to get there and get some footage, and maybe we can catch both of you that day and
Yes, you
see
will.
how it winds up. And we'd love to do an after-action report and see what happens. So, well, Isha and Kyle, thank you so much for coming to Around the Clock and sharing this fun new event called Pumpkin Fest, happening on Saturday, October 22nd from 2 to 7 at the Ashland High School. Thank you very much.
Thank you.